You are now tuned in to Peach State TV, where any gym is home. www.peachstatehoops.com. Enjoy the show.
And we're back. Welcome to another edition of the JumpOffPlus.com Today Show. As always, my man Kyle Moore coming to you. I'm Brandon Clay. Welcome to Peach State Court here. First time we've done a show out here tonight. Lights on, Buford, Georgia. Feeling real good. Great weather here in Atlanta. Good to be here. Kyle, wrap up the eval weekend for us. We're going to talk a little bit about Gannon Baker, Kelvin Powell's event over there at Westlake High School first. Special thanks to both of those guys for allowing Kyle to be in the building, cover that event. Talk to us. Keil from California was over there. They had some really good players. Gigi Bailey out of Charlotte. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Obviously, Lyles is headed to Cal. Just signed this week. 5'8" combo guard, can really stroke the ball. I saw her play 2 or 3 pickup games, 5-on-5 games, and she hit probably, I'd say 60-70% of her shots. A really good shooter. Gigi Bailey's a post player. Reminds me a lot of Elam Ibiam, who's headed to South Carolina. Real long, blocks a lot of shots, can run. Sydney Wallace and Destiny Gibbs, Selena Rodrigo were all in the building. He had a lot of talent in there for that workout. Gannon Baker loves to do a lot of skill stuff. So you got to see the kids go through some skill stuff. Some of the kids were a little bit better than others with the skill stuff. But then when they got to play, Camille Glimpse was getting to it. She headed to Auburn, point guard from South Carolina, can really shoot the basketball, but can really handle it well, getting the gaps very well. There's a lot of talent at the Gannon Baker.
Glimpse definitely headlines what looks to be a great class for Auburn if everybody who's verbally pledged stays on. Jassity Williams, they're out of Florida, obviously Glimpse. You've got Courtney Strain, in-state kid, Tyrese Tanner, in-state kid, and then 6'4" post player Peyton Davis so far. And to my current knowledge, it looks like the Tigers still have a scholarship left to burn. It's going to be a tough class. Rival of Maryland right there, UConn, LSU, Florida. Some of those schools that have already put together 4 or 5 kids in a class to verbal already. That's a great look. To touch the Lyles aspect, like we're saying, definitely a source of mine out on the left coast out there is real high on Lyles. Really likes her and thinks she'll be a great fit for Cal. And Joanne Boyle coming off that class from this past year. She just continues to get richer out there as the Golden Bears make a push to try to beat Stanford out there in the Pac-10. All right? Moving on, Kim Powell's event. They're in Marietta All-Tournament Players Park, and we'll also touch Anthony Tony's event at Morrow down there at Clayton State. Talk to us about Benijah Laney, Sydney Umery, Mackenzie Ingram, some of those kids. Talk to us a little bit about those kids.
Obviously, Laney, USA basketball. She started a lot of games for the USA 16 team. That showed you the type of player she was, getting confidence from those coaches in such a short period of time. We got to see her a little bit in Augusta. She played at our tournament here in Augusta. Really solid 3-4 prospect, real strong on the inside 15 feet, can really score the basketball, but plays with a different type of intensity than most players her age. Speaking of intensity, you got Sydney Umery, who's a local kid. Really, really good inside of 15 feet as well. I look at her as a 4. Plays the game with just a different type of intensity level, a different type of anxiousness than most kids her age. Mackenzie Ingram's a kid that's probably a little bit more talented physically, longer and got more basketball tools than the other two. And once she starts to pick up on how to use what she was born with, she'll be a very, 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 very nice player. Kim being with Essen, she had a bunch of the Essen kids there as well. Deanna Banks, a 2011 wing that I love. Alexis Prince, who's been highly touted as one of the top players in her class. So it was a really solid event, really solid turnout.
Good deal. Turn our attention down to the other side of the city there. You had a chance to watch Zelina McDaniel from Spring Valley High School, whose father, Xavier McDaniel, is a longtime NBA player. Talk to us a little bit about her down there at Anthony Tony's event.
McDaniel's another kid that's really gifted, really talented physically. She's got all the attributes. She's very long. She runs like a gazelle. She's going to be able to do a lot of things and bring some versatility to a college team and to her high school team, which will really catapult her to the top of the rankings in her class.
Good deal. Well, I'm looking forward. I still haven't had a chance to see her play myself. Looking forward to doing that this year. Plays for Ann Long there at Spring Valley over there in Columbia, South Carolina. All right, turning our attention to Peach State. The home court here, home court advantage. Turning our attention to those events this weekend. You were in the building for both the All-Southeast showcases as well as numerous college coaches. We want to definitely thank all of you for taking a minute to come out and be a part on a busy weekend all across the country. Spend the time with us. Talk Friday night was great. Headlined probably by Keil Davis, Diamond Shields, Christina Nelson, Andrea Carter, Mackenzie Dara. Tell us a little bit about what you saw Friday night.
The Friday night and Sunday afternoon showcases were great. Jam-packed with talent. You talk about Carter, you talk about Davis and Shields, some kids that we talked about before. But you talk about like a Mackenzie Dara, who's headed to Buford High School, going to play for Gene Durg, who's coming off of a championship year. Dara's going to come through and help out Carter. That's going to be a nice little 1-2 combo for the next couple of years. You talk about Peyton Whithead, her father, another father played in the NBA a little bit. Whithead's real long, about 6'3", can shoot the 15-footer, can put the ball on the floor. Another kid that's talented physically and got some real gifts. Christina Nelson, the post player, I've been raving about for months now. She hasn't played a high school game. The theme here seems to be the youth movement. You got a lot of kids that at that 2013, 2014 level with some real talent.
Yeah, it sounds great. Talking about 2013, a couple kids definitely worth mentioning. Shayla Cooper from down there in Tampa, Wharton High School, and then also Tiffany Suarez, both playing with the Miami Suns team fouls 2013. Cooper's about 6'2", long runs, definite floor player at the next level. He's going to be great with a 6'5", 6'5" player on the other side of her. She's just going to be a real problem. And then Suarez, who already has an offer from South Florida, and Jose Fernandez, hasn't even, once again, part of the youth movement, has not stepped foot on a high school varsity floor yet. Gets to the rim, about 5'9" long, really looks like she could be 5'10" to change, maybe even 5'11" before it's all over. Speaking of, change on the height, we've got a guard, Tiara Easton from the Lovett School, about 5'6" and a half. Just a tough guard. Puts you in the mind of Sydney Wallace that you mentioned earlier from Northview High School. Sid had a great weekend, sitting on 6 offers already and looking to add a couple more. Easton hit a game-winning jumper from the free throw line. Reminds me a lot of that. Another kid, Kiana Holland, out of Seneca High School there in South Carolina, just across the Georgia State line. Another kid's going to be really, really tough. Maybe one of the quickest releases on a jumper off the dribble of any kid I've ever seen that's just a freshman in high school. There were just a lot of young kids in there that could really play the game the way it's supposed to be played. It was just a great weekend, I thought, for everybody involved. Another name, Danielle Ballard out of Memphis. And then on the flip side, Ariel Hearn. Both of them are point guards in the 2012 class. Looked really, really good this weekend. Ballard with the flash in the pass and getting teammates involved. And Hearn with the ability to score the ball around the rim in traffic, use her body, and kind of get where she wanted to go on the floor. So that was kind of my take, especially in that youth movement. Kyle, what you think about that? And what you think about some of the upperclassmen that were in the building?
Upperclassmen, there's definitely some solid upperclassmen. There's a bunch of unsigned kids, 2010 kids that are still looking for a scholarship and can probably help a bunch of college teams that are looking for kids.
Definitely Taylor Johnson, the big kid that posts out of Collinsville, the 6'2" kid. Jacqueline Weathers from Mill Creek, the left-handed guard, about 5'10", really, really played well. Her sister actually is a freshman on the college roster right now, and Jack has kind of gone through the recruiting experience and watching it, and both of them are taking some visits. I know Johnson will be at Lenore Ryan this coming weekend. Todd Starkey, Division II National Coach of the Year last year, was on hand, offered her a scholarship on the spot last week. So, yeah, definitely a couple of the upperclassmen. I know we had a shooter in there named Mercedes Owens out of Tennessee. Talk to us a little bit about Mercedes.
I was actually on the court when Owens started her little high streak, which seemed to last like an hour and a half. I don't think the kid missed. She hit threes from 24 feet, 27 feet. So as soon as she got it, she was shooting. They actually started denying her. Once the other team got a rebound, they started denying her because she put on a Reddick-esque performance.
Now that's good showcase defense right there. She did from Chattanooga Christian up there, right across the line once again in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Great player. Arkansas Bells, I thought, looked good as always. Down from Arkansas, and then Johnny Jackson from All New Jersey Elite. JJ brought his team down. You can tell his daughter Jazz was making the transition out to the wing.
The Isaacs twins.
Definitely. Stephanie and Nicole, all those kids from up top, as they say, definitely from New Jersey and New York. So we're glad to have had them down this weekend. Just a ton of talent in the building. If you missed it, we're sorry. You can read the recaps online, jumpoffplus.com. Now, once again, thanks for tuning in for this inaugural edition from Peach State Court. We're glad to have you. Kyle Moore, I'm Brandon Clay. Any Gym is home.